Oh, beautiful evening, Ray, to be sitting out here in the bush and
Lovely.
camp. I know I haven't been camping out bush much for a long time, but it certainly brings back great memories. When I was a young fella, you like to always think back to your youth, don't you?
Yeah, she's a dying breed now.
Yeah.
Camping around the fire there.
Yeah. I was sort of, especially of age about 18, 19, and that I worked up in the territory and that sort of thing. Great memories, yeah. So it's a real privilege to come here. I suppose you're a bit old school, are you? Would you say that? I bet you.
Oh, well,
in a good way.
a bit of both, I suppose.
Yeah. It's very traditional in the way you.
Yeah, just from being a young age going into camp.
Yeah.
With my grandfather and that, and sort of the first couple of years I started ringing, I was still bronco branding and cutting out and horse tailors and all that,
Yeah.
Not long after that she died out, but so I did get to see a bit of that at the start,
Yeah, that's special.
That's why these fellas should be in their swags at the flat. It just keeps that little bit of ringing going,
So you were born in Birdsville?
Born in Charleville.
Charleville, okay.
Yeah. And went back to Birdsville then when I was little.
Little girl.
Stayed there then.
Yeah.
Went to school there for a few years.
Yeah.
My grandfather he was running the camp at managing Adria for a long time. And my father, he was head stockman there.
Okay.
So that's why I used to go out when I was a little fella with them then. There was a lot of wild cattle then,
Yeah.
So a couple of times I used to pull them up with a little Suzuki or something because they'd own the horses and that, bronco horse.
Yeah, big cattle. Yeah.
Or they'd make a little hook up in the gate and drag them out through the gate,
Okay, yeah.
But, there's some good memories of them old fellas because he was a bit of an old character too, He'll tell you a few yarns around the fire and a few lies, funny to yarn a bit,
Yeah.
No, he was a good old fellow, Probably no good doing that at that age because you want to go there all the time and you don't want to go back to school,
To school, that's right.
I used to wag school a bit to go out there.
And did the station operate from Birdsville itself, did it?
Then it did.
Yeah.
But they were in the camp a fair bit there.
That bush.
Yeah, so they might be out there for a couple of months at a time.
Yeah. And then what happened with your dad? Did he carry on?
No, he left and his brothers had a bit of machinery doing a few shot lines and that.
Yeah.
So he joined up with them and went doing a bit more earthwork, trying to make a bit more money.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So then he reckoned he was doing good with it on $4 an hour. To make good money,
Oh.
Yeah.
Way back, eh?
Yeah. And Granddad, he kept going until he retired. My grandfather was running the camp at Glengyle here for about 5 years. And he was heading back to Murray with all his plant horses. Yeah. And old Bill Brook heard that he was leaving, so he rode out on his old horse out to the Mulligan and met him out there. I don't know how the hell they met one another way out in the back of Muncooley there and offered him the job at Adria then, so that's how he ended up with Adria.
Staying there. Oh, that's a good story, Yeah. All accounts of Bill Brook was a good fella.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember him as a kid. Yeah. He was a tough old bastard.
Yeah. Said he's only a little fella too.
A little short, bally-headed fella,
Was he? Yeah.
I reckon he used to ride the same two horses all the time, and when they used to try and catch him in the plant, they'd be way out the flat standing, because they knew when he caught him, he wouldn't get off him for about 5 days.
Okay, is that right?
Riding them.
Yeah, so your family's been hard working.
Yeah. My man, he's still going now, working now. He retired, but he's working for me now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Where's he working?
He's over at Patuta on my days. I've got a little dozer.
Is that right?
He's driving that on the Shire. Yeah, doing a bit of Shire.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you got that hard working sort of, tradition in your family,
Yeah, he's a worker.
Yeah. Just thinking, when was the first time we would have met you? I remember you at Durham Downs there. You on
Dury, 95.
Dury.
Young there once.
Is that right?
You had an old gooseneck truck.
Yeah, that's right.
You were mainly fixing saddles and that.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, it was hot that day too, big wind, dust storm. And we bought all your chocolates off you.
Okay.
With an order for chocolate. Yeah, didn't see much chocolate then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just amazes me that, Helen and I, that we were travelling, that you can remember it one day 30 years ago.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yep.
There was a few walker trucks used to travel around too. But by then, they were sort of half gone by then,
Yeah.
And then, we didn't even know you were coming.
Yeah, okay.
When your truck turned up and we were like, bloody hell, what you got in there,
Yeah.
Go down and have a look.
Yeah.
And bit of gear, leather gear then, and big mob of chocolates.
Yeah. Yeah, no, well, those days, that's what we used to do, mainly repair saddles.
Yeah.
And I suppose it was a way that we could sort of break in a little bit and people to get to know you and that sort of thing. And probably, as the years went by, we started to travel a bit further and that type of thing. But I think it's about that time we were starting to make the fender saddles as well. And I know, like down in the channels, it took a while for the ringers to accept those fender saddles, didn't it?
That's right. The barky polies all the time, and they were good saddle. But when you didn't ride much and you got back into one after a while, they'd rub you out and you'd be sore for a while. But after a couple of weeks, you'd toughen up and right.
Yeah. So from Dewey, where did you go then?
Anna Creek.
Anna Creek, okay.
And over to Anna Creek for a while.
Yeah, okay.
And from there to Ruby Plains then.
Okay.
Yeah. But I didn't like that country up there much.
Yeah.
It wasn't my thing to come over.
That's quite often the story, There's Channel Country people, they get up there and
I was out of my little comfort zone.
Yeah. Still, not good to have a look around though.
Oh, it was eye-opener, that's for sure.
Yeah, bigger numbers of cattle and all that.
A lot more cattle, yeah. They had a lot of short on there then. Hilly and spinifex, a lot of spinifex where we were working all the time,
Yeah.
And they're setting up trap yards and hessian wings and...
Yeah,
and all you done was just sit on the tail on the horse and the helicopter done it all for you,
Yeah, okay.
I remember we was at the camp one day in the afternoon. I don't know where it was anyway. That helicopter was flying around and all them clean-skin bulls were there, and they were coming through the camp and they bloody cry, couldn't
kept
believe it.
going.
They were the 1 yard out to water,
Yeah.
Clean-skin bulls everywhere. I've never seen so many clean-skin bulls alive.
Yeah. And now, since then, you've sort of been in the channels pretty well all your time.
This is home. It's just good country. Got a good variety here, Cluny. You got saddle country, swamps, and a bit of stone over the other side here,
Yeah.
Not a very big place, but it's a good little block,
Yeah. When you say good little block, how many acres?
I think it's 1.4 million acres.
That's a good little block. That's pretty good.
The others are a lot bigger than this place.
Yeah, still.
And actually a good little block,
Yeah, but having that lake and that on it too.
That lake's a bonus, when it's full.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, every 10 years it fills up, they reckon, but since I've been here, it's filled up 3 times, so it'll probably dry up soon.
Make you a good manager.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about
That's what they say, don't they?
That's what they say, yeah.
Good seasons make good manager.
Yeah, you got to have good men around you to help you out. That's what makes a good manager.
Yeah, and people that you can trust and are going to be there for you when you need them. Yeah,
for sure. And good people to work for too.
Yeah.
You got to have good people up above to work for.
Yeah.
Otherwise it makes it too bloody hard if they're riding you all the time.
Yeah. And you were saying earlier you like to get some young ones coming through too.
Well, you try to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you do run into a few. I've got a pretty good crew here now, young fellas this time. Yep. They're all good. They all ship in and they know what they're doing out there.
Yeah, I mean, what a great opportunity for them too, eh?
Oh, it is, mate, I'll remember it for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of young people that wouldn't know the opportunities are out here, would they?
They don't, but these young fellas I've got here too, they're goers too. It's good to see, because they're your future ringers.
Yeah.
Like, if they stick it out, they'll go somewhere too,
Yeah, that's good, eh?
Yeah.
What do you think is probably the best things about, like, working in a stock camp and type of thing?
This here still. Fire. No big flash camps where they got bloody shower, toilet, and all that stuff. That's what's coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that, like the latest thing is Starlink and that. You got no Starlink in the camp?
No, I don't believe in Starlink. They'll all be on their phones. You wouldn't get a yarn out of them at the fire then.
Yeah. And like you say, you'd like to keep those old traditions going a bit in the stock camp.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. It is a tradition.
Sitting around the fire.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. Yeah.
No grog in the camp, you dry camps.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, eh? Yeah.
If they can't go without grog for a couple of weeks, there's nothing wrong with them,
It's a good thing, and I think also it's a good thing for young people too. They don't think, knock off time, we're going to go and have a beer. And
that's right,
It can be a bit of a thing.
Next minute, they've got 4 or 5 beers in them, they charge up.
Yeah.
No.
And not so good next morning.
No, no, they don't need grog.
Yeah. thinking about how you say you get up at, 4:30 in the morning, sit around the fire for a couple of hours, and what are some good life lessons that people live and young people are learning.
Shit, yeah, mate. They got plenty of time then to get their shit together for the next day,
Yeah.
If they forget to do anything by then, well, they get a bit of a rest.
So during the morning then you'll be talking about the plan for the day a bit and that type of thing?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in the morning.
Yeah.
But, as we go through the day, we'd always know what we're going to do tomorrow. Anyway, so I just talk to them, well, we're going to let these cattle out here in the morning.
Yeah. So they know what they're doing, but they know why they're doing it, do they?
Yeah, well, they know, yeah. But I've got a couple of older fellas here too still. Yeah, so that's good too, That helps me out a big mob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's certainly having a good year like this.
It's a beautiful season,
Makes it.
Yeah, we're right for a while now.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about too much.
Takes a bit of pressure off.
Yeah.
A while. Yeah.
Yeah. When you got big cows with weaners on them and calf on them and they're all fat, know you're doing all right.
You're doing yeah. That's really, really special, I reckon, Ray, yeah.
Got to give it a go. You either like it or you don't. And don't be frightened of a bit of hard work.
Not about skills, it's all about attitude, isn't it?
Right.
Being able to.
It goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, when things get, tough, the weather's hot and all that.
Yeah,
sort of
everybody's feeling it.
Yeah.
They're not the only one.
Yeah.
We're all battling through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At times you'd be going late in the season, mustering and that.
Yeah, sometimes you can get caught out or you got to start early if it's dry,
Yeah.
We've had to truck and mob a cattle off here in February and it was pretty bloody hot then, but you get caught sometimes like that.
Yeah.
But most of it's pretty good. I suppose when it gets a bit dry, you want to try and keep all your cattle in good nick, and you've got to shift them around plenty, and you got to baby them sometimes,
Yeah.
You can't, just forget about them. And I know it might be dry in that paddock and dry in that paddock, but sometimes you might shift them cows from that end of that paddock and put them up there, and they seem to just go along again for another bloody couple of months,
Okay, yeah.
There's still no feed there, but they do, As long as they got water, they're pretty right for a while.
Yeah.
But I know when I was at Raymore, it got pretty dry then. Yeah, when you see cow and calf really light on, not much you can do about it. That's pretty, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we find too, that, managers, people in the bush, they just love their cattle.
Oh, yeah.
They want to look after them.
That's your money, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I hate cruelty to animals,
Yeah.
I know these old cows and that, they can frustrate you sometimes, but you can learn to just leave them alone, back off them a bit, and they'll just do their own thing. They'll go when they're ready.
Yeah.
You can't make them go through that gate if they don't want to go through that gate. You just got to leave them alone.
Yeah.
They'll go through there.
And I suppose that's something you've learnt through your father and your grandfather.
Yeah.
These sort of life lessons. And
just got to have a bit of patience with them.
Yeah.
Same with horses.
It might be same with the young people as well, Todd.
Yeah, that's right. You got to have plenty of patience sometimes for them too. Yeah.
Sometimes it's young people, sometimes the ones that have got the most spirit, like the spirited horses, they can come good in the end.
Oh, they do, mate. Yeah, they do. As long as they keep trying.
Yeah.
Got to keep trying. They're right.
Yeah.
Some of these saddles, they're pretty rough. These young fellas, they just fly up. They're saddled on a motorbike. I've got to pick my way through them and get up the top there, bounce around, fall off.
Yeah.
But they fly up there, they can ride.
Yeah. You can't see yourself leaving the Channel Country in a hurry.
Not for a while anyway.
No.
No, not for a while. Grew up in this country all my life.
Yeah.
You either like it or you don't. It's in you.
Yeah.
If you like it,
it
doesn't matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'll stay out here for a fair bit longer yet.
Yeah. That's good there.
Yeah.